go before I leave you on your own. So I want to do 14 next. Does everyone, is everyone good for 12? Okay, let me see if I can bend this so I can get just one more on this. Hopefully it won't scratch my monitor. 14! I want to do this one because it has bigger numbers. Every time I write it, I always go back and make sure I wrote it correctly, because like if I accidentally miss a sign, that will mess me up. Hey, look, it's written in order again. They really are being nice by writing it in order for us. But before I do anything, do 25, 20, and 4 all have something in common? You know, if that would have been a 5, I could have taken that 5 out, and that 5 would have been kept, right? We put it in front, but unfortunately, it's not a 5, so no. So leave a gap. Since it's 25u squared, I'm going to do a baby 25u and a baby 25u. Do your rainbow. I need to multiply for the ends of my rainbow. So 4 times 25, or 4 quarters, you know that. 100. And add for what? Yep, good catch with the sign. 2 numbers that multiply for 100. Those same 2 numbers have to add for negative 20. Go ahead, RJ. Write it and check it. When I multiply these 2 negatives, I get my positive 100. Awesome. When I add these 2 negatives, I get my negative 20. Even better. So negative 10. Negative 10. What's the highest number I can take out? 5. Write it. Do this little division thing so you can see it. Because 25 divided by 5 is? Yep. And 10 divided by 5? 2. What can I take out? Oh, it's the same thing. Yeah, you're right. How about that? That's kind of nice. Hey, technically, you can write your answer like this, or you could say 5u minus 2 in parentheses squared. So if you're taking like a multiple choice test, if you get this and this is an answer, it's the same thing. Do you guys see that? Because that squared's telling me I have 2 of them. And I honestly don't care which way you write it. Sometimes I just don't want to like waste more paper space, so I just leave it like that. But what letter and number am I looking at? 3. I missed the second part. F, like frog? 3 frogs. So go to your number 3. Hopefully you've been putting them in the bottom. Frogs. I also want to do 15 because of the double negative. Does anyone need extra time to copy 14? I'm going to flip this whole thing over. If I let it go, it's going to fall. Does anyone need more time? You all good? Okay. See? All right. So did I say 15? Yeah. Thank you. 15. Ooh, 3u squared. Minus 11u, watch that negative, minus 14, watch that negative. I always write it and check to make sure I read it right. Even when you guys ask me for help, I always check to make sure you wrote it right, because that's half the battle sometimes. It's already written in order. Thank you for them being nice. Do 3, negative 11, and negative 14 all have something in common? Well, that's unfortunate. Leave a space. 3u squared, I'm going to do a baby 3u. Baby 3u. Do my rainbow. I multiply the ends of my rainbow. Okay, this is probably a calculator one. What's negative 14 times 3? Negative 42. And I'm adding, be careful. Two magic numbers that multiply for a negative 42 and add for a negative 11. You might have to do like 42 divided by 2, 42 divided by 3, 42 divided by 4, 42 divided by 5. When you do that, don't forget, we only write down whole numbers. Decimals don't count. So let's give everyone a chance to try this one. If you have it, don't shout it out. Because again, this for some people is the hardest part, figuring out what's what. Did anyone get it who hasn't said an answer yet? Anybody else? All right, hold the phone. If we're not getting these, then we need to write the numbers out. So I'm pulling out my calculator. Here I go. I want numbers that multiply for 42. So in your calculator, do 42 divided by 1. Oh, so that should be 1 and 42. You should just write that down. 42 divided by 2, 2 and 21. 42 divided by 3. I'm going to keep going. I usually go up to 10, I'm going to be honest. 42 divided by 4. Decimals don't count. 42 divided by 5. Decimals don't count. 42 divided by 6. Ooh. 42 divided by 7. As soon as I get a repeat, I also stop there. So now that I use my calculator, I'm like, okay. So these numbers multiplying for 42. I didn't take into consideration the negative yet, but that's totally fine. And I'm not even going to think of negative 11 just yet. I'm just going to say, can I get 11 between 42 and 1? No, that's like a ton of spaces. Like if I subtract them, I'm going to get a 41, so he's out. Can I get 11? Again, I'm not looking at the negative yet. Just can I get 11 between 2 and 21? No, because if I do 21 minus 2, that's still a big number. It's not 11. How about, can I get 11 with 14 and 3? Yeah, if I would do 14 minus 3, I would get a positive 11. Now, I don't want a positive 11, so which one actually has to be negative? Negative 14. So I think this is it. I'm going to just try it. 3 times negative 14 would give me the negative 42. 3 plus a negative 14 gives me the negative 11. So if you're having issues coming up with these numbers, you need to write these down and just go through and see which combination works. And again, I couldn't do 14 minus 3 because that would be a positive 11, and then that usually means you just flip your signs. So that was a positive 3, a negative 14. Whoops. Can I take anything out of here?
Yes.
What? 3, and that number's garbage. Write it like this so you guys can see, oh, they cancel, so it's just a U. Oh, these cancel, but it's a 1. I could technically write that 1 in front of the U. 3 and 14, can I take anything out? No. So it stays. What's my number and letter then? 6, you said. What was the other part? M like M&M's? Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I just can't hear. 6M like M&M's. Usually when I read off like multiple choice answers, I have to say like A as in apple, B as in boy. Yes, sir?
Where do you get the 6M from?
Oh, so these answers, the U plus 1, 3U minus 14. Here's the 3U minus 14. And then here's the U plus 1. And then I cross them off. And then 6M, so by 6, I've been M. So every time we've been talking about an answer, we've been following it. And see how it's on the bottom part of this section? So it's just this combination. So like these answers go at the bottom. The middle section goes with the middle. And then once you get all this filled out, if you know you're going to be right if it answers the riddle. And honestly, guys, that's why I really like these Math Pizzazz puzzles. Because one, at least you get some fun out of it. Because you know you get like a little joke at the end. But 2, it also helps you guys know if you got it right or not. Because if you get the answer, you know you did it right. You know what I mean? Whereas if I just give you practice problems, you're always asking us, like, did I do it right? Did I do it right? So now you'll know if you did it right. So I know we have a good chunk of time left, but your goal is to work through these problems on your own. Finish the riddle. I do want you to take a picture and submit it just for practice. When you're done, because, and make sure you do the right one. So in the grade book, I called it Math Pizzazz, How Can Fishermen Save Gas? Because this one's going to be the one for tomorrow, Math Pizzazz, Did You Hear About? So this is solving by elimination. That's tomorrow. Don't do the back. It's just this side. But I do want you to take a picture and submit it for practice, because you're going to have to take a picture of your quiz next week. And I just want to make sure everyone knows what they're doing. If you get finished, I want you to check your Khan Academy assignments. I updated all the ones I have. Some of you are still failing past assignments and could redo them. And some of you have not done some of the assignments, so you just need to do them. So I want you to do that. Sound good?